Tonight, Syrians gassed again as conflict heats up in the war-torn nation. We'll fill you in on the latest.
And later, a fire breaks out in Trump Tower.
Plus, the latest on the Mark Zuckerberg testimony in front of Congress today. Hello and welcome to MCTV's Weekly News Update. I'm Caniglia.
And I'm Jacob Young. Here are tonight's top stories.
Another deadly chemical attack occurred Saturday in a rebel-held neighborhood of Duoma. The area is currently blocked off to journalists and investigators. Rescue workers have reported that 42 people have died from the attack. Those affected were reported to be shaking uncontrollably or paralyzed. Bodies were found with foam at the mouth. Chemical attacks have continued since 2013. The Syrian government and its ally Russia vehemently deny the attack. The usage of chemical weapons are being connected to the Assad regime. President Trump condemned the attack and Putin via Twitter. The attack occurred almost 1 year after U.S. airstrikes to combat the last chemical attack.
A fire broke out on the 50th floor of Trump Tower this Saturday, leaving 1 dead and 6 firefighters injured. 67-year-old Todd Brasner was unconscious when he was rescued by firefighters and taken to the hospital in critical condition. Brasner later died at the hospital, according to firefighters. The cause of death is yet to be determined by the medical examiner. According to a spokesperson for FDNY, the upper-level apartments were not equipped with fire sprinklers. The apartment was valued at over $2.5 million. President Trump and his family were in Washington, D.C. when the fire broke out.
The Department of Environmental Conservation is warning residents of the Hudson Valley. The DEC warns that black bears will travel long distances to search for food, sometimes walking across roads or into developed areas to find it. To avoid potential encounters with black bears, residents should take down bird feeders by April 1st, avoid burning garbage, and avoid leaving garbage outside. Residents should never try and feed black bears. Black bears are very populous in the Hudson Valley.
Groundhog sightings have occurred across campus. Does this mean spring is here? Jillian McCarthy has all your latest weather details.
Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Highs and Lows Report. I'm Jillian McCarthy. This past week we experienced some mild temperatures, and for this week we can anticipate some warm weather as the days progress. In fact, we're looking at sunny skies for the weekend with a high of 70 degrees. Before we take a closer look at the forecast, here are some worldwide photos. This first one is from Chicago, and as you can tell, the city was hit with springtime snow on Monday. The snow delayed the opening game against the Pittsburgh Pirates at Wrigley Field. Originally, there were plans to delay the start time of the game as workers used handheld snowblowers to attempt to melt the snow off the tarp. But the accumulation of snow and frigid temperatures did not allow for suitable playing conditions. So far, this is the 11th postponement of the season. Next, here is a photo from Arizona, where the state is in a 21-year-long drought. Residents of Arizona will not be getting any season change this spring. According to experts at National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, temperatures will soar higher than usual this spring, in addition to below-average precipitation. This forecast means that the Southwest will have a higher risk of wildfire and dust storms. These above-average temperatures will expand through the month of June. Now focusing on weather in our neck of the woods. For today's weather, we reached a high of 49 and a low of 27, slightly below the average of 59 and 35 degrees. Today's sunrise was at 6:23 a.m. and sunset was at 7:31 p.m. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a low of 27 degrees and a 20% chance of precipitation with winds northwest at 6 miles per hour. Looking ahead for tomorrow, we're seeing mostly sunny skies with a low of 37 degrees. Luckily, there is not any chance of precipitation and winds will be at 8 miles per hour. Now taking a look at the 7-day forecast. We will be seeing warmer temperatures as the week goes on. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s range and some rain showers on Thursday. However, make sure you get outside on Friday and Saturday because temperatures will reach a whopping 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. But on Sunday and Monday, the weather will return back to the 50s range with anticipation of rain. At least we'll catch a glimpse of the springtime weather this weekend, even if it's just for 2 days. Well, that concludes our weather report for the week. I'm Jillian McCarthy. Thank you.
On Saturday, severe lightning strikes in White Springs, Florida killed a 23-year-old woman and injured 4 others. The lightning strike struck a camper trailer in which 5 people were taking shelter from the downpour. High-powered winds, hail, and tornadoes also came down in the area. This is the second time in 2018 that someone has been killed by lightning in the U.S.
Late Friday afternoon, there was a crash between a sports team bus and a tractor-trailer in Saskatchewan, Canada. The bus was driving the Humboldt Broncos, a hockey team of 16 to 21-year-old players, to a Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League playoff game. 15 people were killed, including the team's head coach, and 14 people were injured. In a small town like Humboldt, hockey plays a huge role, so this hit the community hard. On Saturday, residents flooded the Humboldt Arena, bringing items like flowers, teddy bears, and hockey jerseys, meeting with counselors, and getting updates on the status of the injured. And on Sunday, the town held a vigil for the team.
Apps such as Uber and Lyft are supposed to make our lives easier. In fact, they may be doing just the opposite. Over the past 4 years, there has been a steady increase in demand for ride-sharing services. In New York City alone, there are currently 68,000 ride-sharing drivers. There are 5 times as many ride-sharing drivers as there are traditional taxi drivers. While this new great service may be great, its drivers are clogging up roads while they wait for customers. New York City government officials are looking into stronger regulatory policies to help limit congestion in the city that never sleeps.
With the NBA playoffs nearing, MLB opening week at a close, and the latest on Marist Athletics, here is Jacob Young with all your sports news.
Good evening, everyone. Well, the NBA playoff picture is as good as done leading into the final games of the regular season. No surprises atop the Eastern Conference. The Toronto Raptors are safely in the top spot with the Celtics trailing behind. The 76ers recently beat Cleveland in a head-to-head matchup, jumping LeBron and the Cavaliers for the 3rd seed. But it is a much closer race in the Western Conference. The Rockets claim the 1 seed as they have led the Warriors for most of the season. This sets up a likely meeting between Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook in the first round. The Thunder have clinched a playoff spot, currently sitting at 7th, but only 2 games separate the 3rd through 8th place teams in the West, making for a much anticipated playoff run. The expectations are higher than ever for the New York Yankees, and for good reason. Reigning NL MVP Giancarlo Stanton joins the bats of Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez in the Bronx. The trifecta combined for 144 home runs a season ago, and it didn't take long for them to get used to the new-look lineup. All 3 went yard in a win over the Rays last week. On the mound, the 1-2 punch of Luis Severino and Masahiro Tanaka anchor the Yankees' rotation under first-time manager Aaron Boone. The Yanks have started the season at an even 5-5, chasing the Red Sox as the teams begin a 3-game series at Fenway. Jordan Spieth, Ricky Fowler, and even Tiger Woods competed in the Masters tournament, but Patrick Reed won his first major title over the weekend. He finished 15 under par after shooting in the 60s for the first 3 rounds. Reed went into the final round with a 3-shot lead, and Fowler came up just 1 stroke short of forcing a playoff. Spieth came roaring back in the final round as well after being down 9 strokes, sinking birdie after birdie, 9 in total on the last day, helping him claim 3rd place. Tiger tied for 32nd at 1 over par. And the Marist men's basketball program has gone a combined 28-97 in the past 4 seasons under Mike Maker. Well, he was fired shortly after the season ended. The athletic department recently announced the hiring of John Dunn. He comes to Marist after 12 seasons at the helm of MAC rival St. Peter's, where the team had only 3 winning seasons with 1 appearance in the national tournament. But Dunn does bring some experience on the defensive end of the floor, and boy does he have his work cut out for him. Marist was ranked 333rd in Division I in points allowed last season, once again finishing last in the conference. Well, that's all we have time for tonight. With This Week in Sports, I'm Jacob Young.
Michigan will soon stop providing free water bottles to the people of Flint. While the governor and state officials have said that the water supply meets federal standards and Flint residents will still be able to get free water filters, city officials have criticized the decision because the community is still recovering. Additionally, many affected water pipes still remain. According to a New York Times article, about 6,200 have been replaced, but there could be as many as 12,000 still remaining, with the hope to replace all by 2020. However, lead can still be picked up in the water when it flows through the remaining lead and steel pipes that are in the city.
As of Wednesday, the Ridley Lowell Business and Technical Institute permanently closed due to financial accreditation issues. This business, technical, and trade school had locations in multiple states in the Northeast, including 2 close by in the city of Poughkeepsie. According to a Poughkeepsie Journal article, the U.S. Department of Education withdrew its recognition of the Accrediting Council for Independent Colleges and Schools in 2016. However, due to a recent court decision, the withdrawal is now undergoing another review. Many students are understandably upset, but according to the same article, a former medical assistant instructor has said that any certificates and licenses that current and former students received are still valid.
Jayden Blackwell, a 10-year-old from Mobile, Alabama, had thyroid cancer. And while he was undergoing treatment in the hospital, the Ronald McDonald House gave his family a place to stay. Now Blackwell is cancer-free. During his free time, he helps his mom make jewelry, and in return for his help, his mom offered to pay him. He decided to take that money, collect any other money he could, and donate it right back to the Ronald McDonald House. He came up with $500, which is enough money to house 38 families for 2 days. Additionally, he brought snacks for the pantry, which all families staying there have access to. The Ronald McDonald House is so grateful, but to Jayden and his family, they're just giving back to a charity that helped them when they needed it most.
With the latest news on Cardi B, Channing Tatum, and MTV's The Challenge, here to give you all the updates on the entertainment world is Marika Cygert.
Welcome back, Marist College. I'm Marika Cygert with breaking entertainment news. Rapper Cardi B's just-released debut album, Invasion of Privacy, is bound for #1, and fans are loving her new music. But the success of her album is not the only thing to be celebrated. After weeks of speculation, Cardi B revealed that she was pregnant during her Saturday Night Live performance of Be Careful. Cameras revealed her baby bump midway through the performance. Needless to say, viewers and fans are thrilled. Her fiancé, Offset, posted an Instagram picture captioned, "Cardi and I look forward to our next chapter together." Congratulations poured in on Twitter, with hashtag Cardi B quickly becoming a top trending topic. In other news, fans are heartbroken over Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan splitting after nearly 9 years of marriage. The former couple announced the split in a joint statement to People magazine. Part of the statement read, "We have lovingly chosen to separate as a couple. Absolutely nothing has changed about how much we love one another, but love is a beautiful adventure that is taking us on different paths for now." Both Tatum and Dewan have said that they are still a family and will always be loving and dedicated parents to their daughter, Everly. Although fans are shocked, the respect and love that the former couple shares is something beautiful they can hold on to. Their marriage might be over, but our love for them lives on. In entertainment movie news, Black Panther will be the first film shown in Saudi Arabian movie theaters in 35 years. It will break the cinema ban after movie theaters were shuttered during the early 1980s, following the country's adoption of hardline religious legal codes. This is huge news for the people of Saudi Arabia and proves that Black Panther is a film that continues to break records and push for change. And our last story in entertainment news is the cast reveal and major twist to the 3rd season of MTV's show The Challenge: Stars vs. Champs, which will premiere on April 17th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Instead of the stars or celebrities competing against the champs, veterans to the challenge show in physical, emotional, and mental games, the two teams will be combined of both stars and champs. These mixed teams will be competing for a $150,000 cash prize to donate to their charity of choice. It was revealed that some of the celebrities participating in this season's reality game show are Drake Bell, Lil Mama, Brooke Hogan, Arian Foster, and Cardi B's sister, Hennessy Carolina. Some of the returning champs will be Wes Bergman, Tori Deal, Tony Raines, Devin Walker, and my personal favorite, Chris C.T. Tamburello. Tune in to see which celebrities or champs will win. And that's all for entertainment news today. My name is Marika Cygert, and I will see you next time.
This past weekend, dozens of tours took place on the Marist campus as part of the Accepted Students Day. Prospective students heard from President David Yellen and the Marist College Band in the McCann Gym, followed by tours of the academic buildings. The day ended with students checking out the clubs and activities fair. The members of the class of 2022 will be making their college decisions in the coming weeks.
Facebook chief executive Mark Zuckerberg appeared before Congress today following the social media site's mishandling of user data. It was reported that political consulting firm Cambridge Analytica gathered data on 87 million Facebook users to profile voters during the 2016 presidential election. Zuckerberg was questioned for several hours about Facebook's self-regulations. Russian interference during the 2016 election, and the collection of data by third-party vendors. This is only the first of a 2-day testimony that will continue tomorrow.
And with her final appearance on our original segment, What the Fox, here's Jamie Caniglia.
Hello everyone, this is like Inception. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. But I haven't done this in a while, and since it's my last news show, I figured it was appropriate to do one last What the Fox. Let me tell you, I officially have senioritis, but it's a bit different than high school. Right now, the other seniors and I are focusing on finding jobs, planning where we're going to live in 2 months' time, having to worry about health insurance and taxes, considering some major responsibilities. No more training wheels, people. When you're faced with these life-changing decisions, homework seems pretty meaningless. This type of senioritis isn't lazy, it's about prioritizing what's more important. Applying to jobs is like writing a 50-page research paper. There's a lot of time spent searching for positions, looking up companies, perhaps making contacts. Then comes the application and hopefully an interview. While planning for the ever-nearing future, it can sometimes be hard to focus on the present. And I'm not talking about the homework, especially since grades are locked in for seniors. I'm talking about the present where I get to live with my friends, and with only 37 days left until graduation, my friends and I have begun to cherish our time here. I've been thinking back on my past 4 years and have some highlights that I'd like to share. Starting out at the beginning, August 2014, I found out that my freshman roommate was from Ghana, which was definitely not what I expected, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My darling Cotty, as you can see. We're still close. We co-parented a fish. Chuck, he was a great guy, in our freshman dorm, and keeping him alive in she and tap water was a great accomplishment. For sophomore year, I made some wonderful friends in L3. It's also the year that I became an assistant producer on news, and when I met Kevin! Look at that little baby face! Look at that baby face. And now he's not 12, but he looks 12 there. I met Kevin on his first day at the media center, and he's been stuck with me ever since. Junior year, let me think. It would have to be going abroad. That's just really hard to compete with, honestly. Like Italy, 4 months, sorry Marist. I love the river, but But senior year has been a great one. You'd think by now that you know everyone at Marist, and for the most part you do, but I had the chance of meeting some wonderful new friends this year. We have definitely kept it interesting with our theme parties. Our dance party during the blackout, 5 hours, is a long time, you gotta occupy yourself. Appearing on my game show, commuting to the city together, celebrating the Olympics, go Australia and America, road tripping to Myrtle Beach, as you can see down here. And when it gets tough, we're there for each other, but usually making each other laugh no matter what's happening. And then there's another big part of my life, MCTV. I remember signing up freshman year and going to the first general meeting alone. I signed up for the first news show in brand new Studio A before this got broken into and mics didn't work, it was a great time. And when I got there, Peter, the director at the time, he remembered my name from the first meeting, and it really made an impact on me. I was nervous to ask questions to learn about the studio, but there were some great upperclassmen in the club that helped me. It's a bit strange now to be in their shoes, but I've learned so much, and I'm so thankful to have worked as vice president, host of It Takes Two, and news director this year. I hope that all of the current members make the most of their time here. For me, it's time to focus on making memories with my friends, because let's face it, life is better at Marist. That's all for this final edition of What the Fox. I'm Jamie Caniglia. How do you feel about these last few weeks winding down at Marist?
Yeah, it's definitely came fast. I wasn't expecting it to go fast, but the job search is stressful right now, but
yeah,
I'm excited to graduate pretty soon.
It's good to move on to new and better things, hopefully. I wish you all of the luck. I'm sure you'll do fantastic out there.
And I wish you all the luck as well.
Thank you. Well, that is all we have for you this week. I'm Jamie Caniglia.
And I'm Jacob Young. Thanks for watching, and good night.